beyond the word nigger. Our young people are using the word nigger with one another like it's a beautiful word, you know, praising each other when you use the word. In fact, they had white friends that called them niggers, and they accept that. But see, when I was called a nigger one time, I was out to get something for my mother, some kind of groceries, and I was walking across the street, and a car came and almost hit me, and I escaped it, but the man in the car reached out his car and said, nigger, called me a nigger. And I was so inflamed by that, and I was about 13 years old, I ran after the car because it was so hurtful that he had to stop at the next corner for a red light. And I ran up to the car, and as soon as I got to the car to let him know how I felt about that word, the light turned green and he took off. He shot off right away. But that word nigger was very painful. It's still painful to us. It's a terrible word. There's no other race of people that use their words or their slang words with each other except us to be demeaning to ourselves. So I wrote a book in the original Mother Goose nursery rhyme. This is the Mother Goose nursery rhyme from 1896. This is the original Mother Goose nursery rhyme. Wow. The only nursery rhyme in here dealing with black people is called 10 Little Niggers. On page 4 to 37 is the title of the only nursery rhyme dealing with black people. Is called 10 Little Niggers. Okay? So when I read this, I collect black memorabilia, and so this is one of my prized copies from 1896. Wow. And so what I did now is that I created a book, an answer to 10 Little Niggers. And here's what they said about black boys. Well, let me just read this. My guess is that the first nursery rhyme you ever memorized came from Mother Goose. Many controversies have arisen over several of these rhymes as to their direct or indirect interpretations. Recently, I came across an 1896 edition of Mother Goose Nursery Rhymes, published in Chicago by M.A. Donahue and Company. On page 34 and 38 appear the only verses dealing with the destruction of black folks. This nifty little rhyme is entitled 10 Little Niggers. After reading these derogatory and insulting little ditties, I thought I would present thoughts of survival to set the historical record straight. I hope all young black people will dig it, and when they finish, will be ready to slap me 5. And here's what it said. 10 little nigger boys went out to dine. One choked on himself, and then there were 9. 9 little nigger boys sat up late. One overslept, and then there were 8. And these are the pictures out of the book. 8 little nigger boys traveling in Devon. One said he would stay there, and then there were 7. 7 little nigger boys chopping up sticks. One chopped himself in half, and then there were 6. And look at the little boy chopped himself in half. You're talking about guns chopping each other's self in half right now. 6 little nigger boys playing with a hive. A bumblebee stung one, and then there were 5. 5 little nigger boys going in for law. One got into chancery, and then there was 4. 4 little nigger boys going out to sea. A red herring swallowed one, and then there were 3. 3 little nigger boys walking in a zoo. A big bear hugged one, and then there were 2. 2 little nigger boys sitting in the sun. One got frizzled up, and then there was 1. And if you look at the little boy frizzled up or burnt up, he's reading a book. The book is next to him. So that's what they have done. They've burned out our brain, so we don't even want to read the book anymore, you know. And one little nigger boy living all alone, he got married, and then there were none.